Ito.
Hi.
Hello.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, don't worry.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. I can hear you too.
Very beautiful parrot sitting on your head.
Yeah, he's a parrot. It's our parrot. Girl.
All right, so sorry, Ali. It's yeah, I didn't notice that mistake on the on the schedule.
Yeah, don't worry.
Thanks for stopping. I love that parrot on your head.
Yeah, it's a girl. Parrot.
Yeah.
It's a young parrot. It's a girl.
It's a girl.
Jesus
It's great.
Christ.
Look, brilliant, brilliant. Hi, James.
Wait,
Hi, yes,
that is
Nama.
Hello.
Wait, what type of bird is that?
I think it's Indian, from India.
Wait, do you know the
Yes.
species?
Is it a parakeet?
I don't know what is from, but I think it was in India. It's a girl, and it's
a female,
young.
isn't it? A female parakeet. How do you?
Maybe Jasnama can name that. What sort of bird is that, Jasnama?
It's a parrot. It's a green colored bird and a parrot.
It speaks also.
It's a green parrot. It's a green parrot.
It's copying humans.
I will give you.
Hello, Shiraz. Hello, Shiraz.
Hi, David.
Hi, David.
Hi, Shiraz.
Hi, David and David.
Hi, David.
In fact,
Hi,
why don't we just call all the men David, and then we can't go
I know
wrong.
what it is. I looked it up. I know what birds. It's a. Oh, I've forgotten. It's a rose-winged parakeet. I looked it up, and the picture looks exactly the same as a bird on your head. A rose-winged parakeet.
Right.
Parakeet.
Okay. Where's that go part there?
Sorry, David, didn't catch that.
What that boat go about?
What's the bird called?
Go about.
Oh.
Her name? Her name?
Yeah, what's her name?
It's
Julia.
named Julia. We called her Juju.
Right.
Yeah, we called her Juju.
Okay. Now we started a bit late because I didn't notice that it had been written down wrong in our schedule. So my apologies to everyone. Now, David, have you got anyone you particularly want to put on first?
Well, we've got Sheraz Tafesh is here, and she's prepared to tell a story. Hello, Sheraz. Would you like to go first, Sheraz? Connecting to audio. Hello, Sheraz.
Hello.
Lovely to see you. I really loved your story yesterday. Would you be happy to be the first storyteller today, Sheraz?
Yes, I'm so excited.
Will you be number one?
Okay.
Okay.
So I'll start.
Great.
Okay. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, and assembled company, welcome to the World Storytelling Cafe. And tonight, as every Tuesday night, we have a selection of young talent from around the world. And if we can mute ourselves if we're not actually telling, Susan, thank you. And that'd be brilliant. That's fantastic. Hello, Susan. And I'll leave David because David will introduce the first teller because I believe he's been working with us. So, David Heathfield, over to you, and you can pass the ball across.
Thank you very much, John. Hello, everybody. It's wonderful to
Hello.
be here. Wonderful to every Tuesday is an exciting Tuesday when we've got the young international storytellers. And I'm excited because yesterday I met Sheraz Tafesh. And Sheraz is in Gaza. And through the Hands Up project, I get together every Monday with a student in Gaza who teaches me a story. And I'm a storyteller who loves to learn new stories. Sheraz told me a story that I had heard before, but I hadn't heard this version. So, Sheraz, please tell us about you. Tell us about
Hello.
you, Sheraz.
Hello, my name is Shiraz. I'm 13. I live in Gaza. I like listening to music.
Brilliant. And here is Sheraz in Gaza. Fantastic. And you told me, Sheraz, that you like listening to traditional Palestinian music.
I like Palestinian music, traditional Palestinian music.
Brilliant. So Sheraz, please tell us a story.
The Selfish Boy. Can you start it? Can I start
Yes,
it now?
you can start now.
A long time ago, there was a huge apple tree. A little boy loved to come and play around it every day. He climbed up to the top of the tree, ate apples, and took a nap under the shadow. He loved the tree, and the tree loved to play with him. Time went by. The little boy had grown up, and he no longer played around the tree every day. One day, the boy came back to the tree, and he looked sad. The tree said, "Come and play with me. Come play. I miss you." The boy said, "I'm no longer a kid. I don't play around the trees anymore. I want toys. I need money to buy them." The tree said, "Sorry, but I don't have money. But you can pick all my apples and sell them, so you will have money." The boy was so excited. He grabbed all the apples off the tree and lived happily. And the boy never came back after he picked all the apples. The tree was very sad. One day, the boy who now turned into a man returned, and the tree was so excited. "Come and play with me. Come play. I miss you." The boy said, "I don't have time to play. I have to work for my family. We need a house. Can you help me?" The tree said, "Sorry, but I don't have any houses. But you can chop off my branches to build your house." So the man cut the branches and lived happily. The tree was glad to see him happy, but the man never came back since then. The tree was lonely. The tree was again lonely and sad. One hot summer day, the boy, the boy there returned, and the tree was delighted. "Come and play with me. Come play. I miss you." The boy says, "I'm getting old. I want to go sailing to relax myself. Can you give me a pot, please?" The tree said, "Mm, use my trunk to build your pot. You can sail far away and be happy." So the man cut the tree trunk to make a boat. He went sailing and never shut up for a long, long time. Finally, the man returned after many years. The tree wasn't that happy this time. She said, "Sorry, my boy, but I don't have anything for you anymore. No more apples for you." The man replied, "No problem. I don't have any teeth to bite." The tree replied, "No more trunks for you to climb on. I'm too old for that now. I really cannot give you anything. The only thing left is my tiny root." The man replied, "I don't need much now. Just a place just a place to rest. I'm tired after all these years." The tree replied, "Good, good, good tree roots are the best place to lean on and rest. Come sit down with me and rest." The man sat down and the tree was glad and smiled with tears. "This is you and the tree apple again." Then
I really
Brilliant, brilliant, Shiraz.
thank you.
sorry.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. And before we go on, Ali, are you
Exciting.
with us? It's not streaming on Facebook, someone said. So
Oh, it is. It is
is
streaming
it
on
is it
Facebook.
okay? That's okay.
Oh no. Sorry, I thought it was, but you're right. It's not. It's just a black screen on Facebook.
Okay, I'm going to message just in case Ali can't hear me.
Shiraz.
Hello.
What happened there?
Ali, there you are. Is it stream? Can we get it streaming on Facebook?
Hi, John. It's streaming, but if there is a problem with the service streaming,
Okay.
because it's streaming just a black screen.
Yeah. So it's the World Wide Web conspiring against us. Such is life.
John,
Yeah, you're back with us, Jazz, now. The marvelous.
Brilliant.
Shall we have
Shiraz.
Jazz next?
Shiraz, that was fantastic, Shiraz. And Shiraz, when you told me that story yesterday, it was good. Today, it's brilliant, absolutely brilliant storytelling, fantastic storytelling. I love the way you used your hands. And I noticed that Sue Piper commented in the chat how much she said beautiful storytelling. Would you like to say something to Shiraz, Sue?
Yeah, I love that story. That's one of my favourite stories ever. So thank you, Shiraz. You told it beautifully. I love the way that you tell that story. You made me cry at the end. I love that story. So thank you.
Fantastic.
And your teacher, Shiraz, Sahar Siam, Sahar would like to say something to you as well.
Yes, hello everybody. I'm so happy to hear this story from Shiraz for the second time. And really, I enjoyed it because Shiraz just say it in a very beautiful way. Thank you, Shiraz, for being here and telling us such a brilliant story. Thank you.
Fantastic, Shiraz.
Thank you.
And Jasname, would you like to say something to Shiraz? Because today she's told a story for the first time at the World Storytelling Cafe. What would you like to say to Shiraz?
Actually, I missed her story because I had a network issue my side.
Okay,
But
that's
it
actually I
must be very
understand.
good.
It was really good. Noor, would you like to say something to Shiraz?
I really love this story, and I want to say something that it was a great beginning. Very good story. It was a great beginning to tell here. I wish you success
Wonderful.
always.
Wonderful. Well, shall Jasname, would you like to tell a story this evening?
Yes,
Would you like to go now?
yes.
Okay, so we'll have Jasname, and then after Jasname, James, would you like to give us a story today or a poem?
I don't really know. I'm actually looking. I seem to look up quite a lot of things that people say because I want to know about it. And I saw that John Rowe, he wrote poet and storyteller and things, and now I'm going onto his site and reading some of his poems.
Oh, well, why don't you be with us in the room, James, and enjoy the stories that are happening right here, right now?
Yeah.
John's stories will be there after the session as well, won't they, John?
Yeah.
There's far too much of me around on the web. I'll see you at some time, James, and we'll do it then. Or
Okay.
look at me. I saw you were listening. But one thing I did see you doing was you'd looked up Palestinian music after it had popped up in conversation. So that's a little more interesting than ancient white-haired gentlemen.
Yes, I put it on during I can't pronounce the name. Sorry.
Shiraz.
Yes. During her story to make it sound more better.
Okay.
So
now we'll go to Jasname in India, and after Jasname, have Noor and Tala, have you got a story today?
We have two stories. Yeah,
Two stories.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, you can go after Jasname, okay? All right, Jasname,
Okay.
over to you.
Thank you. Hello everyone. My name is Jasnami and today I am going to tell you the story of the lazy girl. So let's start. Once upon a time, in a small house, there lived two daughters. One was the younger one, whose name was Mary, and the elder one's name was Sophia. So the mother of Sophia loved Sophia, but she did not like Mary. So she decided to throw Mary out of the house, and she would let her enter once she gets money. So Mary went through the woods. There she meets a tree. The tree says, "Where are you going, dear?" So Mary says, "I am going to look for a wealthy house where I can earn money." So the tree says, "Can you help me?" Mary says, "Yes." So tree says, "Please take out these dry twigs from my branches." So Mary says, "Yes, for sure." So Mary takes out all the dry twigs from his branches and goes through the woods. Then she enters a vineyard. In there was a tree. The tree says, "Please help me. I am so dry. Please pour me some water." So Mary says, "Yes, for sure." So she pours the water so that the tree is not dried anymore. And she again goes through the woods. Then she meets a dog there. Pooh, pooh. The dog says, "Please, can you help me? I am so dirty." So Mary says, "Yes, for sure. I will clean you up." So Mary cleans her up and went through the woods. Then she sees a mud oven. So the mud oven says, "Please pick up the mud and keep it on me so that my broken parts can join." So Mary says, yes, for sure. So she picks up the mud and puts on the broken parts of the mud oven. So then she finally reaches a very beautiful house, and she enters the house. There were 7 fairies living there. So she asked, I am here to work. Do I have a work here? So the fairy says, yes, I can give you work. First, you there are 6 rooms to clean and the corridors, but never dare to open the 7th door. So she says, okay. So she works for months over there, and 1 year passed by. So she says to the fairy, please give me my money. Now I have to go my home back. So the fairy says, come follow me. So the fairy opens the 7th room, and there are gold and silver coins there. She says, sleep on these gold and silver coins. The coins that stick to you are yours, and the coins that do not stick will be there only. So she sleeps the whole night. There are many gold coins stick to her body and her dress. So she says, now may I go? So the fairy says, yes. Then she passes by the dog she had. The dog says, come, follow me. The dog shows her the place where pearls, jewelry, and lot more were kept. So she keeps walking through the woods. Then she sees the mud oven that she had, and there were delicious sweets baked there. So the mud oven says, you helped me, now I can also help you. You can eat this. So she eats that and goes back to home to the woods. Then she meets the tree that she helped, and the tree offers her wine. She drinks that and merrily and happily passes through the woods. Then she sees the apple tree. So she also takes out apples and pack them to their house. So then when she enters her house, the rooster says, Mrs. has come in with lots of fruits and jewelry and gold coins. So the mother was shocked while seeing him and her. So she says, now my elder daughter Sophia will earn more than you. You just see. So Sophia also travels through that ways. There she sees the dry tree. Please help me, says the dry tree. But then Sophia says, I'm not gonna help you. My soft and pretty hands will get dirty. So she goes through that way. There she enters the vineyard and finds the tree. So the tree says, please help me. And where are you going? Sophia just tells, I am going to find money. So then the tree says, please help me now. Sophia says, I can't help you. I don't have time. So she passes through the woods, and there she sees the dog. Please help me. So she says, no, I can't help you. You are so dirty. Again, she goes through the woods and she meets the mud oven. And the mud oven says, please help me. So Sophia says, I can't pick up mud. My hands will get dirty. So she kept on walking and she reached the same fairy house. All rules were same. So the fairy says, you can work here, but never dare to open the 7th room. So Sophia once decided, there are so many days passed by. I think now I can open the 7th door. So she goes into the 7th door, and the door shuts on its own, and there are bees that bit her, and she was full of means her face was swelled, and and blood was coming. So she shouts, "Please let me out, please let me out." So the biggest fairy appeared. "I told you not to enter this room. Now you just go." Then, when she passes through the woods, she sees the mud oven and she sees the delicious sweets. She says, "Can I have this?" So the mud oven said, "Why, how will I let you eat my sweets? When I asked you for help, did you help me?" So she was very sad and she went. Same happened with the dog. The dog did not tell her anything and he kept on barking on her and poo 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 poo. And then she passes through the woods and she was very thirsty, so she decided to have wine. But then the tree said, "No, you can't have it, just go away." Then she reached the tree and she thinks, "This tree will help me." So when she asked for the apple, the tree says, "No, I can't let you eat my apple. You did not help me out." So she goes through the house and the rooster says, "Mrs. has come. She is full of, her face is swelled and blood is coming out." Mother was shocked. "Oh dear, what happened to you? What happened to you?" Then the father sees all this and he takes out the older daughter and the mother out of the house, and the elder daughter and his father stay there. So being lazy is good for the time, but after that it's very bad. Thank you.
Fantastic.
Sorry. What a greedy girl. I hate her.
Yes.
I didn't like her.
Yes.
You got what she deserved. Jasmine,
Yes.
where did you get that story from?
Actually, I got the story from YouTube.
From YouTube.
Yes.
That's a very useful source.
Thank you.
You told it beautifully. Last week you told us a poem about walking trees, and this week you told us a story which features talking trees. And Sharaz's story was also about a tree that could talk and communicate. So we're having a theme here tonight. It's beautiful storytelling.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Would anyone else like to give a comment to Jasnime for her story?
I learned from it to help others. I learned from it to help others, not to be greedy. I learned from it a lot. And then when we help others, they help us after that. Yeah, when we help others, they help after them. Like what Mary do. Yeah, like what Mary did.
That's very clearly the message in the story, isn't it, Noah? Yes. Fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you again, Jasnime. And now, Noah, I can't believe that your parakeet is staying on your head all the time. Have you got it? Does she always sit on your head?
Sit on my brother's head, my father's head, my sister's head, all of us.
I think she just wants to be in the World Storytelling Cafe, I think.
I think she like that.
So Hala, who's going to go first? Hala or Noor?
As you wanted.
You choose.
As you want. Okay. So we have to start. Can we start now?
Yes. So Hala and Noor are sisters in Gaza. And it's not your first time. We've got two very experienced storytellers. So over to you, to Noor and to Hala.
Llama. Right. Okay.
Sorry,
We have
Lama. Sorry, Lama, I got your name wrong. Sorry.
So-
Noor and Lama.
Okay. So now we have two stories. She had a story, my sister had a story, and I had a story. She will start.
أبدأ؟
Yeah.
Once there was a poor boy called Aladdin. One day a man said to him, I am your uncle, I will help you. He was not really Aladdin's uncle, he was a magician. He made a fire and black smoke came up. If you want to be rich, go down there, the magician said. You will see a lamp, bring it back to me. This ring will help you. Aladdin left the magician and went down to the bottom of the well. There he saw jewels. He took them back. He saw jewels and the lamp. He took them back to the magician. At the well, the magician said, Give me the lamp. Help me out first, Aladdin said. The magician was very angry that he put the stone back of the well, and Aladdin could not get out. It was too cold in the cave. Aladdin rubbed his hand. He rubbed the ring too. And suddenly a genie appeared in a puff of smoke. I am the genie of the ring, he said. What is your wish? Aladdin said, I wish to go home. At once, he back home at once. This lamp looks so old, his mother said. She rubbed it to make it look new. There was a puff of smoke and another genie appeared. What is your wish? Said the genie of the lamp. I wish for some dinner, said Aladdin. At once they had lots of food. With the help of the lamp, Aladdin lived happy life. One day he saw Princess go by and he fell in love with her. On the other side, the magician saw Aladdin happy life from a crystal ball. He was very angry. One day, the magician came back when Aladdin was out. He stole the lamp and moved the princess and the palace away. When Aladdin came back home, he found the princess and the lamp all disappeared. Aladdin rubbed the ring on his hand. Genie of the ring, take me to the princess and the lamp, he said. At once he found the princess and he was locked up by the magician. One night, the princess secretly and put a sleeping powder in the magician's wine. When the magician fell asleep, she saved Aladdin and Aladdin took opportunity to kill him. Aladdin and the princess get married. They lived happily together. The end.
Thank you, Lama. That's a beautiful version of Aladdin. Wonderful, wonderful. Sheraz, did you enjoy Lama's storytelling?
Yes.
Did you know this story
The story
before?
is very beautiful.
Very beautiful. Is it a popular story in Palestine?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yes, it's a popular story everywhere in the world, I think, the story of Aladdin. Beautifully told.
Yeah.
Beautifully told, Lama. Well done.
Too.
You know it as well, Jasmine. Beautiful. Thank you, Lama. And now your sister, Noor. I think Noor's going to tell a story with, have we ever had a storyteller with a parakeet on their head before, John?
This is definitely a first for the World Storytelling Cafe. I can now, in the chronicles of the World Storytelling since March, I can now say we have had a storyteller telling a story with a parakeet upon her head. It's going to be one of those moments.
Okay. Okay, can I start now?
Yes, please, Noor.
Okay, the name of the story is The Elven Wild Swans. Long, long ago, there lived a king with his elven sons and one daughter named Diana. The wife of the king died of sickness, so he got remarried. The new queen was jealous of the king's children, so she sent Diana to live with peasants. She turned all the princes into swans by dint of her spell. One day, while Diana was walking through a forest, she met a fairy who told her that her brothers were made swans and were living by the seashore. Diana soon reached the seashore and saw elven swans flying towards her. At night, they turned into swans. But during the daytime, they again became humans. They again became swans. They carried Diana in a cave where they lived. One night, the same fairy came in Diana's dream and told her to weave elven coats, and she advised her to put the coat on her brothers. It was sure to break the spell. Diana gathered the nettles from the graveyard and started knitting the coats. One day, a young and handsome prince saw her. He took her to his castle and he allowed her to work on the coats. Soon after, the prince realized that he was in love with Diana, but his ministers were jealous of her. So one night, when she went to bring some nettles from the graveyard, the minister saw her and told the prince about it. She was taken to the prince, and the prince told her to leave the castle by the next day. At her last night, she completed the elven. Oh my god! She completed the elven coats. When she was being carried away in a cart, her swan brothers arrived. When they came near to Diana, she threw a coat on each of them. Suddenly, all the swans turned into the humans. But then Diana fell on the ground and lost her consciousness. When she woke up, she told the prince the whole story. The prince proposed to marry her, and she accepted that. Diana and the prince got married. They lived happily ever since. Oh, the end.
May they have a long and happy marriage.
Yeah, I think so.
That's an amazing way of telling.
Could you say that again, James?
That was an amazing way of telling. I really liked it.
Thank you.
No, I just loved when you said and you woke up and you sort of did that where your arms just went out. It was, it was just so expressive.
Yeah. Sure.
Your expressions were too good, and the way you narrated the story was too good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, we had birds
sisters.
in the story. We had swans in the story. But we could imagine the swans, but we could also see the parakeet. It's fantastic.
Oh, what a talented pair of sisters. Yeah. Oh. Now, James,
yes.
as your first right is to contradict yourself. It's a basic human right to be able to contradict oneself and to change one's mind. Would you like to do a story or a poem, James?
No, I don't have anything. I wanted to have something, but I have a quote, except it can't be shown without an inspirational quote. It's not inspiration, but it's a quote. But it can't be done without seeing the picture and the background of it, which you have to share screen it.
I'm not quite sure how to do that.
Are you the host, John?
No, Ali's the host. Ali
can give James the
John,
chance
can I
to
hear?
share the screen.
Yeah, we want James to be able to share the screen. Is it possible to make it possible for him?
Yes, of course.
Ali's been really getting us out of trouble tonight.
Thanks, Ali.
It's okay, my friend.
Well, while Ali is doing that, I just want to ask: there's somebody in the room called Anna. Anna, are you an adult or are you a young storyteller?
Oh, hello. I'm an
Oh,
adult.
hello.
Yeah, hello. I've got a lovely invitation to this World Cafe, Storytelling World Cafe from Tama by email. And I was curious to know what's happened. And so I'm surprised what kindly, lovely stories you tell here from all over the world. And yeah, I'm really astonished how you tell such long stories here in front of the camera, because normally I work with children in your age in schools. And
where do you work, Anna? Which
in
country?
Berlin. In Berlin.
In Berlin, in Germany.
In Germany, yes. So, and we work on it that the children get the power and the, sorry, my English is not so good.
It's
that
very
they,
good.
that they, the courage, yes, to get to give the children the courage to tell stories their own, yeah. And I'm surprised how good you children from all over the world tell such long stories, yeah. It's very nice.
If you ever want, if you can persuade any of your children that you work with to come on a Tuesday, this happens every Tuesday night.
Oh, thank you.
And if they are shy about doing it, if they're shy about their English, it doesn't matter if people. We would welcome native tongue. It's up to us to understand German.
It's a very good idea. Yeah.
So, but please invite any, come along with them or something and invite them in.
And if they want to, the first time they can come as listeners if they want to, and then think, oh yeah, next time I'll tell a story.
Yeah, very nice.
Quite a few of the people here have started as listeners. Now, have we got James ready so he can share? Ali, where have you gone? There you are.
Sorry, I'm muted. Yeah, I was ready.
Can you do? Has Ali made your host so you can share your screen?
Yes, I'm host. I'll have to host him back. Yeah, so let's share screen. Where's the? Let me check my Google. Oh wait. Oh, there it is. See the picture on the left. You might have to move the people. This is the most dangerous animal in the world. It is responsible for millions of deaths each year. By its side, a great white shark swims peacefully.
Yeah, that's just it's worth pointing out, James. Yes, that is, and well reminded, well put. Thank you, James. So if we can give the host back to Ali now and get us back to gallery.
Going back.
That's okay. Well, James, I'm very impressed. I can never do all this screen sharing stuff, and
I'm not host anymore.
no, that's okay.
That's good. I think that's good.
But well done with that, and well done for making that work. Thank you for sharing it with us.
So, Shiraz, today was your first time at the World Storytelling Cafe. Will you come back next week or the week after and tell us another story?
I don't know.
Well, if you decide to, you are most welcome, because you're a wonderful young storyteller, as are Jasname, Lama, Noor, and James, with sometimes tells us talent in this room. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
The parrot. Parrot.
And thank the bird. Yes, thank you for that.
Yeah, it's still if I can remember it, that you have to call it by his real name, the Rose Rings Parakeet. It's alliteration. The Rose Rings Parakeet.
The Rose Ringed Parakeet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it flows. The rose flows.
The Rose Ring Parakeet.
Hi, Jackie. Did you enjoy this evening?
I certainly did. I thought, is that better? Yes, I certainly did. Unfortunately, I missed Shiraz. I got held up. So I hope I'll be able to catch you on the Facebook, Shiraz, but please come back and have another go.
We're not even sure. We were, Jackie, we are having one of those nights where the great highway in the sky was conspiring against us. So whether it was captured on Facebook or not, I'm not sure. Ali, did the first story get captured on Facebook, or did we miss it?
No, it's already recorded.
Oh, so the first one. So everything's good. Everything's good.
Brilliant.
I rely totally on. I sit continuously on Ali's shoulders, trying to keep this all going. I haven't the faintest idea what's going on. I leave it to far more knowledgeable people than me. So
I think we all need an Ali.
Yeah. Yeah, the most after the young tellers, the most important person in the room. Well, thank you all. It's been another wonderful night and memorable night on the World Storytelling Cafe.
Can I ask one thing?
No, I was going to speak.
You're welcome.
Oh, thank you.
Can I ask Jasname and your mother, could you send me an email? I'm waiting for your email because I'm ready to host Jasname at the Hands Up project.
Yes, I was supposed to send you. I'm so sorry, I forgot. And the Monday.
I'm eagerly awaiting your email.
Right now, after this session, I'm going to send you an mail.
Wonderful.
For sure.
And what were you going to say, James?
Is it all John, we're in another lockdown now, aren't we?
We are indeed.
I don't know what's happening in the other parts of the world.
James, would you like to ask?
Yes. What's happening with your? We're back into a lockdown again.
What about in Gaza? Are you in lockdown now? Noor, are you in lockdown in Gaza now?
Sorry, again, please.
Are you in
what
lockdown
what COVID restrictions have you got in Gaza? Are you allowed to go out?
James, maybe you could tell the girls what lockdown means, and they could tell you if it's the same for them.
I know that in Gaza right now that the schools are closed.
Yeah.
But Noor, can you go out? Are you allowed to go out of your house, or must you stay at home?
No, we can go outdoor, but we can stay at home on Friday and Saturday.
And can
They
you
close
meet?
all the city.
And can you meet up with your friends outside?
Yeah, with using mask
The mask.
and alcohol.
Yeah, we're back into lockdown now, aren't we, John?
We are indeed.
Yeah, we can meet one person with one person outside. The schools are closed. They used to be open. It happened a lot where the west of England was in lockdown and the schools were open because our prime minister was very desperate to keep the schools open, but now they're closed now, which is a bit better as the schools have produced quite a lot of COVID, which is where it was coming from. He just wasn't closing them.
Right.
Jasnime, what about in the Punjab? Are the schools open or closed?
No, basically there was lockdown in the starting and the schools were closed, and till now the schools are closed, but the lockdown is over. Now we can go, but all means public places are closed. So there's precautions like social distancing and keeping mask on face all time.
Ah, well, that's our world view. That's our world view of corona restrictions. It's great that we can talk to each other because generally on our news channels we only see what's happening in our own countries. So to be able to talk to each other is very good. Well, I will see you, and David will see you all. I'm lost without David.
I
of
want
course.
to say something.
Go on to say something too.
Yes, Nama.
Okay, so after this COVID is finished, my mother's real brother is in London, so we will means my maternal uncle, so we'll go to London.
Fantastic. We
cool.
look forward to seeing you here.
Although I'm in England, I've only actually been to London once, and that was like quite a while ago. But it's winter right now in England. I wanted to know what the heat was like in your countries. If it's hot or if it's cold, or whatever it's like.
Well, I'm looking at Noor, and I'm looking at her sister Lama, and it looks like it must be cold in Gaza. What's the temperature like, Noor?
Nice.
Nice weather. It's not cold. It's not hot.
Nice, you're wearing a warm hat.
Yeah, for the. So
that's for the parakeet to sit on. Okay, not because of the weather.
My head, yeah. And,
okay.
What about in Punjab, Jasnime? What's the temperature now?
So it's 14 degrees Celsius here.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
no, it's very comfortable.
Right now. It's cold.
That will be cold for you, Jasmine. Yeah.
I reckon, Jackie, it must be cold in the north of Scotland right now.
We've got quite a lot of frost today. Yes.
Oh yeah. If you, I see picture of the north of Scotland. It's usually very windy. It's quite cold.
Well, usually it is, James, but I think actually we've had less snow this year than some parts of England. So we've had quite a mild winter this year.
I really want to go to Scotland because Scotland is just above England. I know it has lots of really cool waterfalls and mountains and things. Have you been to any of them, like Ben Nevis?
Oh, yes, I have, and there are lots of beautiful places in Scotland.
My mum's been there once.
Well, if you make it up here, James, come and say hello.
I know, it's very cool. You get lots of foxes in Scotland too. There's lots of wildlife sanctuary, and you can see, and there's big waterfalls.
Beautiful waterfalls.
Mm.
But you live in a pretty part of the world too.
Do I?
Oh,
I'm in Woodbridge. I'm quite far from the other thing, from the cool natural spots.
Are you too
So
far?
I get there's loads and loads of fields because I'm in Suffolk, and Suffolk is known for being very quite flat. So you've got lots of, but we do have quite a lot of massive flat fields going on for a long time that barely ever anyone visits. And exactly, that's almost like in England. I remember going on Google Earth, and there's literally on Google Earth, England literally looks like loads and loads and loads of flat, weird fields. So some massive Kansas is here, a bit more over here, loads and loads of flat fields, some random small towns in between, and some other big cities over here, and loads of fields.
Yeah, but James, you are near the sea. You know, I mean, although James is talking about where he lives as if it's very boring, but James is only 10 miles from the sea.
Oh yeah, I am.
You know, and for a lot of people, you know, to actually be able to go to a beach is like as a matter of course is a luxury. So.
Oh yeah, because but Liechtenstein, is it Liechtenstein that's doubly locked?
Yes.
Yeah, it must be really hard for those people because it's doubly locked. Oh, there's a country completely a massive country is completely surrounds it, making it and I don't think probably any of them have seen the sea.
You know, this is the best geography lesson I've had for ages. Thank you.
Where have we got there? We're going to Liechtenstein now, is it?
Yes, that's in Europe. It's doubly
Liechtenstein's
locked.
too small for my globe.
Yeah.
I know. It's very small because there's a small little thing in between massive countries. I think it might be it's somewhere. No, I think no, it wasn't Germany. It was Switzerland that was stopping it. I think that's below, and Hungary and some other, and Germany and some other ones that were blocking it. I can't, but somewhere around the middle of Europe.
Yes. Well, fantastic. Thank you, James.
I want to say,
James, you didn't tell us a story today, but you told us a story of Europe, which is fantastic. Thank you, Noah, Lamat, Yasmina, Shiraz, everyone. You've been again. I keep telling you this every week, but you are fantastic. So one more round of applause for everybody. And we'll see you next week. Bye.
See you next week. Come back next week.
Bye.
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 I could explain to you the whole of the evolution of Earth. I wonder. It takes about half an hour, which I've estimated.
Next time, James. See you. Bye.
Okay, do you have animals in your house?
Okay, goodbye.
No, I don't have any animals in my house. I don't have pets, sadly. But then again, we have got a little. I have got a little sister that's five, except she still can't talk. She's non-verbal. She is a bit like a pet, except more human. Like she giggles a lot. She's very fun, but she's the size of a 9-year-old. Though she can't talk. But it's nice to have someone non-verbal in the house.
Okay.
Very snuggly.
Nice one, James.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you all.
Thank you, everyone.